Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fantasy Football Fix YouTube channel, where today I'm bringing you your latest in price changes and specifically price falls and price rises that are happening today. So let's have a quick jump into what is going on in the world of transfers, and there looks to be quite a few noticeable players going today. So let's have a quick look at our watch list. If we actually sort by who is changing very soon, we can see that Demarai Gray tops the list at 104.4% progress, and he's actually set to rise in price tonight, as is Marcus Alonso, who are the two players so far to pass that 100% progress and are set to be pretty safely. If anyone's going to rise tonight, it's going to be those two. Of course, Alonso's looked very good, and he seems to be getting to that point where he could potentially be considered nailed in that Chelsea team. Obviously, Chilwell's coming back. His recovery is still happening. He is now cheaper than Alonso himself, Ben Chilwell, at 5.6, which is something to look out for. But Alonso's stats are just absolutely fantastic. He ranks 6th in expected goals amongst defenders and 5th in expected assists. Demarai Gray also looks very promising. 5.7 is still a very cheap price, and with people going for the template with Trent, Salah, Lukaku and Ronaldo up front, it is getting to the point where people are having to invest in these cheap budget midfielders, the likes of Rafinha, Sarr, Benrahma and Gray, all still delivering. So potentially could be a very nice move to bring in this week, and if you are planning on it and you're putting one off before that Norwich fixture, maybe now is the time to go for it. Sanchez also looks like he could be getting a price rise tonight. He's yet to pass that 100% progress, but is rising on 0.1% per hour, and so this looks like it could potentially happen tonight. Of course, didn't manage to bag himself a clean sheet this weekend, but he's been playing very repetitively, getting a clean sheet, getting 2 points, getting a clean sheet with 6, getting another 2-pointer. And so, if the pattern continues, if you believe in that kind of stuff, then it looks set for Sanchez to get a clean sheet next week. Obviously, a bit of a tougher fixture, but still could potentially get it. Obviously, Leicester haven't been a fantastically attacking team so far this season, and so they could have actually got away and nabbed it there, and people with Duffy would have been extra disappointed with the double up if they had both of them. But yeah, Crystal Palace have looked slightly better in attack than Leicester, actually, but they're still what you would put on paper as an easy fixture. After that, of course, 3-0 loss to Liverpool, but that is Liverpool, and they haven't looked bad. The likes of Gallagher and Zaha certainly impressing potential buyers. Livermento's also looks set to rise up to 4.2, and very understandably managed to bag himself 5 points even in a very tough game against Manchester City, and he very nicely rewarded some owners such as myself who had his points coming off the bench, with the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Ferran Torres missing out altogether this game week. But yeah, Livermento looks set to rise, and he's got some pretty decent fixtures up next. He faces Wolves at home in game week 6, which for a team who's not scoring very well at all, it could be a very nice thing to do. They can't seem to even try to hit a barn door at the moment, never mind actually hit the barn door, Wolves. So yeah, let's have a see. Maybe he can grab himself a clean sheet. I, amongst a few others, I suppose, will probably be tempted to start Livramento. I'm very tempted, and it does mean that I could potentially maybe roll a transfer this week. But if you're looking to get Livramento in, obviously it will be nice for owners who've owned him from 4.0 will now be able to sell for 4.1 if they're ever looking to do that. Lukaku still looks set to rise despite blanking against Spurs. So yeah, obviously the Belgian still a very popular asset and is rising. I wouldn't put too much money on him rising in price tonight though, as is with Benrahma and Dennis, who also are still very slightly predicted to rise in price tonight. Dennis obviously did very well, got 6 points, still overshadowed by Ismail Sarr, but he still put in a very great performance. And when we're looking at, again, that template with those 4 big premiums, Dennis as a third striker is definitely not beyond the realms of possibility. And again, Norwich have 2 very nice fixtures coming up. No, Watford, sorry, have 2 very nice fixtures coming up. And yeah, they could be a time to hop on and capitalise. If you missed out on the Sarr train, maybe you could even go for Dennis this week if you're looking to bring in a forward rather than a midfielder. And Benrahma still managed to get the goal points for that deflected shot against Manchester United. I thought it was going wide, to be honest, but I'm definitely not going to complain as someone who held on to him for game week 5. 3 bonus points as well for the Algerian. Earns himself a price rise potentially tonight up to 6.5. In terms of fallers, not too much to note, but there are a few noticeable ones. Harvey Barnes, if you're still hanging on to him, I'd probably just get rid. It can't be long until Leicester try changing up something, switching to perhaps a different formation, the likes of a 3 or 5 at the back, however you want to put it, with Harvey Barnes potentially dropping out to make way for the likes of Iheanacho, most likely starting, with the opportunity to bring on Daka to go up front with Jamie Vardy. They've been struggling with just the Englishman up front, and it seems only fair, and it doesn't really take much to look. It's not rocket science that they do seem to play better with those two striker systems. Barnes, yep, obviously need to get rid of. Ferran Torres is another one who could potentially be dropping in price, and yeah, he's quite a way off the 100% progress, but he's dropping at the fastest rate of all the players set to drop tonight at 1.8% per hour, which is quite a high rate. And as a frustrated owner myself, with Chelsea and Liverpool up next, I'm looking to potentially ship him on, and that will probably be my transfer out this week if I decide to do one. But I can't see myself hanging on to Ferran Torres, and when I could potentially get Sarr in and have him for those two fixtures, and then maybe wildcard the week after, or wildcard during one of those weeks, it seems like a sensible thing to do, and that is apparently what a lot of owners are doing, with his ownership dropping very, very quickly. And then Callum Wilson, who still looks set to drop in price, still hasn't managed to drop down to 7.3 yet, but yeah, the injured Wilson obviously is being shipped out for the likes of some other forwards who are starting to impress, and a lot of those people will be trying to upgrade Wilson to the likes of the two premium strikers that are firing very well at the moment as well. Danny Ings set to drop in price tomorrow, so keep an eye on that one, but we'll be back, and yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you for everyone for tuning in once again. You can like, subscribe to the channel, it really helps us out. And so yeah, once again, I've just moved into uni, so apologies if the quality of stuff isn't just as high as it normally is, but I'm still having a nightmare setting up all my tech. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate your support as always. Feel free to leave your feedback down below in the comments, and yeah, we're interested to see what you're thinking about these daily videos, and we'll be getting back to pre-recorded videos hopefully in the near future. So yeah, thank you for tuning in once more. I'll catch you later. Goodbye.